McDowell's supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay By Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Very good feeling Wednesday afternoon to you, everyone. Today is the 15th day of the month of May 2024. This is The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, your host and producer, alongside Alton Jaquan Joseph, our technical operator. Our program airs weekdays from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on Real FM Radio 91.3 North and 91.5 South, as well as simulcasting on MBC Television, Channel 120 on the Flow Cable TV service. We are on Facebook Live as well. The link is already up, and you can get two links for it. You can get our Facebook Live, yes, Real FM 91.3, and you will also get our Facebook Live MBC Television as well. So whichever one is to your preference, or whichever one you're able to grab first, it's just the same program on both streams. And we are also on Facebook Live. I said two streams, but we are live streaming on YouTube as well. Hope you're having a good day so far. Hope everything is working well as you planned, as you desire. That is the good things, the safe things, and so on. Remember to stay safe, keep yourself safe. Speaking about safety, folks, I kind of wonder, are the police pulling up those motorcyclists on the road? Are they doing those traffic stops and those traffic checks and so on? Is it that a lot of the guys, contrary to what is being hinted or suggested or said even by insurance companies, that the guys are legit on the road? Because the kind of things I still see them doing, including many of them, I would say most of them, without any helmet on their head, the things that they are doing, where they will likely end up. But it's a question of what they do and how you have to take evasive action to avoid a collision. Because I think most of us, the last thing you want is a collision with a motorcyclist, and then on top of the injury and possible death and all the damage and so on, to find out that the guys have no insurance. Because I told you, I called insurance companies and they told me one of the reasons they do not insure motorcycles is because the basic legal prerequisites that are required to make them eligible, to make them insurable, they do not meet it. They are not registered. They do not have motorcycles that are licensed and registered. Their own driver's license status is often, suspect or not where it is supposed to be. They're not on all fours with what the legal requirements are. It's too risky for them. On top of everything else, the dangerous, riding/driving practices on the road, the show of biking, as I call it, that it's too high a risk for them. So a lot of insurance companies, and I did speak with a few, are telling me that is why they are reluctant, if not outright refusing, to insure motorcycles, unless it is a pre-existing customer, a company that acquires motorcycles. We see fast food delivery services making use of motorcycles and so on. So maybe people like that they will consider. Are the police really stopping them? If it is true that a lot of them don't have driver's license, at least not that which is current or endorsed or required, whatever it is, a lot of them, they do not pass muster for licensing and registration of the vehicle itself. What are they doing on the road? We asking for calamity to take place. And then when somebody will get themselves hurt, a loved one injured, maybe killed, your own vehicle smashed by a motorcyclist who doesn't have insurance, what is it going to lead to? And someone was telling me the other day that if you find yourself in an accident with those guys, you better watch out that their partners don't show up at the scene and want to rough you up, because they're knowing that they do not have the requisite papers and authorizations and permissions and insurance to be on the road. They either will try to get out of there quickly, take evasive action, or intimidate you into taking it. And I have seen people at accident scenes and so on. The wrongdoer usually is the one who tries to get aggressive, and you never know how this thing can escalate. I have told you, the lawlessness that I see with those motorcycles, it may well be the testing ground. It may well be, the prep for some kind of gang-related motorcycle thing that they're testing, that they're going to organize themselves into biker gangs, and they will start to think that they can run things, or to remove the attention and the focus on themselves to prevent themselves being brought to book and being held to account. You never know where this thing can escalate. So I just want to say to our police, if you are not doing it, I know you have a lot on your plate. You need to start checking more extensively, more thoroughly. Everybody, yes, but those bikers who are on the road, people who have responsibility, people who have to bear cost, people who have some mechanism of being held accountable for the way they operate those vehicles, people who own those vehicles, people who have to think about the risk and the cost. To me, they would not be behaving the kind of way I see those cyclists are behaving on the road. I mean, just what was it? Monday, today is Wednesday? Just Monday. You should have seen the way one of them was roaring down Labrie Street, at the intersection of William Peter Boulevard and alongside the Parliament buildings. I mean, the sheer speed that the person was going. Where are you going to? To a junction with Jeremy Street that you must stop at, if in fact he intended to. Just because there are people around Constitution Park and so on, you're getting attention, so you want to be seen and so on. And that particular cyclist, I've marked him. He has a helmet, the German helmet type of style that he has and so on. A biggish kind of fellow. I don't know, everywhere I see that guy, he's getting on like an idiot on the road. He's one of those show-off bikers. There'll be a clear path in front of him to go. He will not pass you. He'll wait until another line of vehicles so he can zip and whiz his way through it to show you, I suppose, his riding prowess and so on. You get away with that a certain amount, and at some point it catches up with you. When they do their thing and they see they're in trouble, they swerve back towards you. You have to be conscious. You have to take evasive action, because most of us who consider ourselves responsible drivers on the road, we don't want to get into accident. It doesn't matter if you're right. It doesn't matter if you can defend yourself, if you can say that I was doing everything by the book. You try to avoid accidents. It's a waste of time. Once you have an accident, your whole day is gone. Waiting for police to come, measurements, all the cussing and the aggression and the threats, and of people who don't want to accept that they were doing anything wrong. You never know how it can go. You know, the traffic jam, the traffic hold up that it can cause and so on. You try to avoid getting into those things. But to me, this generation of show-off bikers that I am seeing, they're looking for trouble. They're not trying to avoid it. They're looking for trouble. People, police, we have to do something about that, and we have to do it quickly, and we have to do it robustly. We have to do it vigorously. We have to do it in a manner that it serves as a deterrent to tell them to stop this sort of thing that they are doing on the road. It's just too rampant, and the problem is, once you see a few do it and others see they're getting away with it, it becomes a signal. It becomes basically a call that it's okay to do it. You know, it's open season. You can do it. Don't bother with anything. Nobody can do you anything. We have to do something about that. Now, let me just move on quickly. See how things grow on me? Never intended to talk about that, just mentioning safety. I think by now most of us are aware of the press conference that WASCO called yesterday, and the announcement that they are invoking the applicable laws to declare a water emergency, water shortage emergency measures, and the prohibitions, the fines, and even imprisonment that can apply if people are found to be wasting water or using water in the manner in which the applicable laws say you should not be seen doing it, like I think spray washing vehicles, you can use bucket, whatever, and a whole lot of things that we do. I don't know how that will work for the car wash businesses, but I've seen a couple that have storage, tanks and this sort of thing, etc. I want to reiterate what I have said. It's all good and well for WASCO to implement measures to conserve water in a time of drought, in a time of scarcity, in a time of shortage, and I think we all should cooperate in avoiding blatant, open, visible, and even secret and hidden waste of water. We cannot afford to squander it. But I'll repeat what I said. WASCO has doubled up on its efforts to ensure that the waste of water from its various facilities and mains and pipes and whatever that are under its control, that this does not continue. Now, when I say does not continue, I am not refusing to acknowledge that there will be situations that are unforeseen, accidental. There will not be situations when water pressure itself will not rupture pipes, especially those that are aging, that are overdue for replacement, that are rusting, and a whole lot of things that can happen. A vehicle pass over it, a backhoe, whatever, a tractor was cutting a road or clearing somewhere and it accidentally. I'm not talking these things we know. No matter how careful we are in life, they are going to happen from time to time. The problem that I have is that when such an incident occurs, the length of time it takes for it to be attended to. I mean, it cannot be if it's a pipe far under the bush that nobody can see, and even then, people are everywhere. They see things, who going in their garden, who illegally planting weed, who going in the forest and do whatever it is and so on. But a lot of time by roadsides, people see it. If the general population sees it, that information in some way or another, don't tell me it does not get relayed to WASCO. It is the leaks and the overflows and the ruptures and the TOPT and all of that. It stays for too long. It's there for too long before it is attended to. And so I want to say, when you put in place those emergency water conservation measures because we are in a crisis of water shortages and so on, please, Wasco, I am pleading with you, resource constrained as you are, your repair crews may be stretched, but find some way, I don't know, to get it attended to within what yourself and the public in general will consider to be a reasonable time. I'm telling you, people are going to get very enraged if they're not getting water and they see in some pipe somewhere water peeing out of it non-stop. And peeing is joke. Pee is a little stream. But to see water gushing like some geyser, which we don't have in St. Lucia, like some kind of, water spout and so on, sending water, nice, clean, treated water, wasting like that. If people are to see that, it is going to get them upset. And when they get their bills, they're going to claim that you're making them pay for the water that you are wasting. Even though the water, as water goes, as the true cost of water goes, our water is relatively cheap. Workers, people who are employed, please stop wasting water at your workplace because it is not you paying, it is your boss. We have too much of this kind of thing that because it is the boss and the employer, we don't care. We waste not just water, we waste electricity, we leave air condition on when we could switch it off, when we're supposed to switch it off when we go in, we do this and we do that. It's like we are working for someone, whether it be government or private, sole proprietor, whatever, but we have a resentment, we have a hatred, we have a bitterness against them, and we're trying to see all kinds of ways that we can express this by sabotaging them in some kind of way, making the bill go up. But at the same time, we have problem when we get paid late. We have problem when year-end come and we had no talk about a bonus. We have problem when, employers say they cannot give us an increase. People, we have to change our attitude. Stop the sabotage that we are doing. Stop going into the washroom of the restaurant where you ate to wash your hands supposedly and deliberately leaving, the face basin, a faucet open, for it to run water. You don't care. And then if someone were to tell you, the sarcastic, cynical thing about that's for all the overcharge, they're overcharging you. That's what we like to do this kind of thing too much. Too many of us have this wicked streak in us. Stop running up costs for people, whoever they may be. The bus driver, do not go and cut his seats and deface and do all kinds of sabotage on the vehicle just for spite. Then he has to repair it. Then the vehicle looks run down. It looks derelict. It looks like something that is unfit for humans to travel on because people are messing them up on top of the big loan they're already paying at the bank, on top of the insurance, on top of the maintenance for the tires and the bricks and this sort of things that we are doing. We have too much of this malice in us. Stop going to the restaurant and when you eat, the bones on the plate, you taking the ketchup and you just spreading it to waste it over the bones and so on. And it's things I've encountered. Say pour tout l'argent, you can voler là, I mean, somebody's always overcharging. Somebody's always taking advantage. Somebody's always doing something to us that we are entitled, that we are justified in retaliating against them for and so on. There's just too much badness in us. Too much of it. You don't need to be religious. You don't need to be senti. You don't need to be. There just is too much bad-mindedness too many places among us. It's like we have a spitefulness in us. And if there is a choice to be made between doing something good and doing something malicious, we choose the malicious way. How about try this? Just as an experiment. Try a different kind of spite. Try to spite yourself and say, I'm just going to do good for the sake of doing good, just to spite my impulse to do. Just try it and see whether you will ever regret it. Don't worry about whether you're religious or whether you're not and so on. Just say, okay, there's a choice to do the right thing and do this other thing. There's a choice for this bottle I finished drinking to just hold it, light plastic bottle, and when I reach a garbage bin to put it in it. It's not my business after that. When the zombies come out in the night and throw it down and spread everything right across by the Castro City Council, yeah, that's not your business. You did the right thing to put it in there, or the one by the library. But do the right thing. Don't just toss it there. It's not. Somebody sent me a short video clip of Pigeon Island, I think after the Saturday of the Jazz. And they showed me the amount of litter that was there. I didn't feel too funny about that one. It's kind of a lot to expect that at a jazz event, people focus on the stage and they nicing up that they're going to walk out and turn their back and go look for. You know, when I see the state of VG Field and Pigeon Island, at least inside the parks, inside the fences, I say it doesn't look good, but at least it is inside an enclosed area. The cleaners, I'm not saying it's right, but, you know, let's be realistic. You know, who's going to get up? It's the most conscientious person who will do it. But we're going to move away from, you know, your little position that you have watching Air Supply and, you know, enjoying yourself on a berries and so on, for you to turn and leave and walk back to where, you know, the garbage bins are. You know, people will do it if they want to pee and they can't hold it. Who knows how many pee on them? Nobody know, and so on, because they don't want to move. It's too much trouble, inconvenience, and then to find your way back, to be, you know, pushing your way past people and to getting back to the spot with somebody take, and you're going to come and tell them standing room only, that it's my spot or whatever, it's my seat, whatever. That doesn't apply there. But at least within the park, within VG, you know, Burner Boy, whatever it is, you know, they can come and they can clean there. But you know, when I got that video clip from the person about Pigeon Island, I said, you know, the sad thing about it is that a lot of it, if it were only within the confines of the park, but the people who will go to watch the scenery of the, you know, the beach and the sea and the waves coming and the nice breeze and so on, and they too will have absolutely no qualms or conscience about just tossing it in the water. If you drop it on the ground inside the park, inside the fenced area, that's one thing. But they will go and they're going to toss it. They're going to toss it into the sea. This is what I don't understand. What is working in the mind that this thing is so prevalent and this thing is so commonplace and it's normative. It's like it's normal for us. We don't find anything wrong with it. Folks, this is a year where they're building infrastructure, you know, the roads and those things. You know what infrastructure we really need to rebuild and restore? The infrastructure of our mind, of soundness of mind, our mental, psychological, maybe spiritual infrastructure. We need to rebuild it. We need to reconstruct it. We need to revive it, to give it some kind of sense and some kind of structure and some kind of purpose and some kind of determination. We could have the best roads. And we behave in the way we behave in, not even towards others, but our own selves. Like we don't care who wants to live like pigs in piles of garbage and it don't bother them and it don't do anything. But that's exactly what I see. People don't mind being drowned in their own filth and in their own garbage. And you say, okay, maybe you don't care about people. To hell with neighbor and whatever, but you don't care about your own self. It don't matter to you. I mean, I think I told you. If I didn't, let me tell it to you again. I was sitting in a little place. I don't want to name, you know, the place and so on, but everybody might know. In a little restaurant and bar on that street, I forget the name, the street that where Paramount used to be before, between the boulevard and where First National Bank, formerly RBTT, there's a little street there, short, and then it turns left and it goes up. I don't know if it's the same Bourbon Street and so on that goes by the library, but you can continue and cross Miku Street and go by the library and so on. And it wasn't the restaurant where I was having, whether it was a breakfast sandwich or something like that I was having there. And I'm looking across towards where you can see the courthouse, you know, from sitting there. And there's a business place there. It seemed like it's the back of the business, maybe the front, I don't know. And a vehicle is parked there and whatever it is. And it was sickening to see rats. I mean, broad daylight. I think I told you that. What cafe? Mini. I mean, rats in the middle of the town. In a place, I tell you, that's a few yards from where I am, you know, having breakfast and all of that. And I had to say, you know, to somebody who's there, but wait a minute. At this time of the morning, 7:30, you know, this days, it bright sun up already. What is attracting rats? That I tell you is rats. When I tell you, it's not just one here, one day, you know. And I look at the rats, the size of those things. I mean, those rats, like, they have no fear. People passing, you don't see like rat trying to dart away and all of that. I mean, rats. We know what's attracting them, you know. We know what's bringing them. Maybe we can never eliminate them, but when we see rats like that in the middle of our capital, in a built-up area, in the peak area of commercial activity and that kind of thing. And like those rats, they, whoo! And I would swear from where I was, I can't really see, but they're moving from under the vehicle and then they're going towards the building like there's some place there that they can enter. I said, wow, I wonder what line of business is that there, that those rats are going inside there. Folks, we had to be concerned. And let me just transition to something else, which I want to talk about today, and I'll invite you, to call. But before I do, let me take a little pause to say, publicly, my condolences to Frances Severin, the Frances Rub lady. Her husband, Joseph Severin, who's nicknamed Mr. Sugar, has passed away. And I want to extend my condolences. She used to keep me up to date. Last time on this program, she sent me a message saying, I just want you to know Mr. Sugar is out of hospital. And I didn't understand what it signified. I kind of on this program rejoiced and said that obviously he's doing better, that they've discharged him from the hospital. But it later became clarified to me, or for me, that Mr. Sugar, the doctors felt there was nothing more they could do for him in the hospital. So they sent him home so he could die in peace among loved ones. And I think his children came from overseas and all of that, those who were overseas, that they could be at his side. So Frances, who is now widowed, I want to give you all my love, my condolences, my support. I remember meeting you and Mr. Sugar for the first time many years ago when I had heard of your rub, and I called you about it, and it was to my surprise I realized that you do home deliveries and you do home massages. And so I'd hurt my knee very badly, and it took me off an exercise program that I was on, and you said you can give me a rub right there, and he accompanied you, quiet man, let you do the talking, and like just there driving and in the background. I've never forgotten that. So my condolences to you, Frances Rub Severin, on the loss of your husband, Joseph Severin, Mr. Sugar. His last days were full of a lot of suffering, long-term illness and so on, but he died at the rich and full age of 88. So when somebody passes away at that age, they've lived a full life of their almost 10. I also want to extend publicly my condolences to the family of the late John Daniel, former Justice of the Peace, and I think he's also an ex-policeman, if I'm not mistaken. We are not related. This is a different family of Daniels. I think many years ago, many decades ago, I remember asking Wilfred Sinclair Daniel, the former speaker, what was his family, to find out, and he said no, his family of Daniels originally came from St. Kitts. And I think John Daniel also came from St. Kitts, the Leeward Islands. But upon realizing that we were of the same surname, wherever he met me, he was super friendly, super nice to me. I don't know if it is as a result of his work as a JP or being an ex-policeman. He somehow connected with my late father, Mr. Joseph Gerald Daniel of Denry, who died almost 20 years ago, and they became friends. And there was never a time that John would meet me and not ask, how's your daddy? How's your father? I haven't seen him in a while. Tell him hello for me. So, they became friends. And wherever we met, including at that place I told you where I was sitting, where I saw those rats, which was, I think, the last place, maybe not, but I met him, and he came, we had a drink together and so on. We may have had two, And a nice time whenever I met him. This was the kind of way. It was always quite a sociable thing, and whenever we were in anywhere close proximity to a watering hole, we did down some liquid together. I wouldn't do it for many other people, but him, he was that kind of nice guy towards me. I didn't know, because I was told that he'd been ailing for some time, and you wouldn't know. He apparently is not a guy who kept himself looking, sad and depressed and so on. Maybe he may have been so inside, but you could see there was a determination on his part to be happy, to look happy and to look upbeat. And maybe that was why, let's have a beer, whatever it was. So my condolences to all the survivors. I understand he's the father of 2 grown sons. And I know a couple, members of his family who I won't name. My strong condolences to you on my namesake, though not my relative, John Daniel. I have fond and good memories of him. He was a nice guy. Sadly, he is with us no more. I'm told that, he was found lifeless in his home. I guess when they hadn't heard from him, people went to check on him and realized that he had gone the way of all flesh. We all will go that way one day. Some will make us a lot more sorrowful than others, but it is for the better, especially when the individual, as in the case of Mr. Sugar, as I subsequently learned about John, that the illnesses that they suffered from did put them in a lot of pain and suffering. They bore it bravely. And sometimes when you know those things about people, as I have witnessed it, when they do breathe their last, it's not that you're happy that they're gone, but you feel happy for them, that the pain and the suffering is over. Rest in peace, John Daniel and Joseph, Mr. Sugar, Severin. This is The Real Issues. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real Issues, 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, E, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway. Call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boost your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22 next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop, Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
With the real issues here on Real FM Radio 91.3 North, 91.5 South, NBC Television Channel 120 on the Flow Cable Service, and on Facebook Live as well. I got a message from someone who said that at Pigeon Island that I got up and put my trash in the bins at Pigeon Island. I replied, good for you. And to all of you who did that, let me just show you a picture which was, taken of the scene at Pigeon Island. And I'm sure that wasn't at the worst point. Just show you that picture, okay? Just show it to them, Jaquan. So once they can see it, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. But I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that in the enclosed context of a park, the cleanup people and so on, the grounds people, they probably would have found it better than when it's done in open spaces and so on, that you have to chase after it because the wind has pushed it and animal, that sort of thing. That's what I was talking about. Anyway, we seem to be getting a call. Someone wants to, based on the line that they have used, it would appear that this individual really wants to get through to us. So good afternoon to you, and how are you doing?
Good afternoon, Shelton. This is Lisa Jawa here. How are you?
Oh, okay. It had to be someone like that to know, that alternative line to get through to us. I'm doing okay, and nice to hear from you.
Thank you, Shelton. If you can allow me, well, firstly, let me say good afternoon to our fellow St. Lucians, especially those in the diaspora who continue to tune in to the real issues. We all know this is a show that is based on facts, and I think it's important that people get the facts for themselves. But Shelton, I will come to this fact thing in a bit. I want to start off by congratulating the government of St. Lucia. I want to congratulate the government of St. Lucia on an incident-free St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. This is the second time in a row. And of course, Shelton, knock on wood, we know how crime has affected us for some time, but everyone was cooperative. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force was cooperative. They were on the grounds April 30th on the Mindo Phillip Park in Marsha. I saw the police heavy, their police presence was heavy. Shelton, I must say I was particularly impressed with the traffic management going through the Mindo Phillip Park. I thought they had that on lock. So congratulations to the police force, the hardworking men and women of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force who continue to play their part in keeping our citizens safe. Additionally, Shelton, throughout the Jazz and Arts Festival, we didn't have any incidences. So I want to congratulate the people of St. Lucia. Shelton, you know, the SLP did campaign on the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival and bringing it back. And we must not forget that our campaign promise, page 13 of our manifesto, and the culture, creative industries, point number 5, we spoke of bringing the festival back to communities. Because tourism has always been seen as a foreign thing. It has always been seen as for persons of a certain color coming into our country. And the people of St. Lucia have, in times past, we can say, did not fully appreciate their role in how our tourism economy would be booming or thriving. And so far, Honorable Dr. Hilaire, Minister for Tourism, Creative Industries, has been doing a fantastic job with the implementation of the Community Tourism Agency, bringing tourism to the communities. And this year we saw jazz in the communities. Honorable Joachim Henry went all out with a gospel component in Bexar. Deriso had jazz. Monrepo had jazz. Moshi, as usual, Moshi Musica Creole did not disappoint. And we had exceptional talent, exceptional local talent being brought to the fore. Soufriere took the cake for a lot of persons because that place was packed. Over 5,500 persons in attendance, Shelton, in Soufriere. Auntie Emma, as always, she always comes out big, and it was bigger and better than last year. Hats off to the Soufriere Regional Development Foundation on their hard work. Main stage, suppliers, the tourism authority, the organizing committee, events in Lucia. These people worked day and night to ensure a nearly flawless execution of the Jazz Festival, from Kingdom Night to World Beats to Caribbean Fusion, and of course the ultimate celebration on Mother's Day with my favorite band ever, Supply. Shelton, if you were there, you probably wouldn't even understand because I was singing every single word to Supply. I mean, it was just so amazing to see people together, people having a good time. So hats off to the government and hats off to the SLP. Congratulations to the Labour Party on yet another fantastic St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. Now, Shelton, we spoke of facts, and, you know, despite the fact that we are seeing a boom in the economy, that vendors, hairdressers, taxi drivers, nail technicians, restaurant and bar owners, tour operators have benefited, suppliers, they've benefited so greatly, and they're out on the streets saying how, you know, that little tourism, that little jazz thing give them a little boost, despite the fact that something so great happened for our country. That's Soca Monarch, that's Soca International Soca King, award-winning Soca King Marshall Montano spoke of the best jazz festival ever, you know, St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. The fact that he said that is something for all St. Lucians to be proud of, Shelton. Right? But despite the fact that we have something so positive, yet again the opposition comes with something that is so, I mean, the information is so, it's beyond me, it's so out there. Now, somebody said to me this morning that the more you say something, the more it sticks. We know this is communication and branding 101. And I believe that the opposition does not understand how to use that, because for them they speak the most untruths and mistruth and misinformation and deliberate intentions to mislead the public. The Prime Minister, Shelton, said in his presentation of the policy debate, the appropriations bill of 2024-2025 in April, the Prime Minister said that the Halls of Justice project is expected to cost US $54 million. The Prime Minister said that in the debate when he presented. That was also said at the sword turning ceremony. You know, the United Workers' Party will come out and say that the SLP had a secret sword turning. A secret sword turning, like it's something we wanted to hide. But wait a minute, Shelton. This was carried live. This was carried live. They even stated in a press release that the local media was not in attendance. What? This activity happened in the center of Castries, in Constitution Park, the one area in the capital where the most persons congregate. The sword turning ceremony happened in Constitution Park. In plain view, there were no walls on the side of the tent. It was open for everyone to pass and attend. The local media carried the story during their lunchtime segment and also evening time. So the United Workers' Party doesn't listen to the news because they say the local media was not invited.
Makes you wonder whether certain people are existing in an alternate reality.
It is quite clear, and the audacity of them to bypass the local media, to bypass the fact that the Prime Minister presented this in the appropriations bill of US 54 million. They go and read some article and want to bring that to question.
In other words, Trinidad media is to them a more reliable reference than
now,
what was.
Shelton, it is quite interesting that you would say that because none of them picked up, and the media came to my office today to ask me for a response, but none of them could admit that the United Workers' Party called them to debunk or to refute anything. They went online and they saw an article. I'm not saying that the online news outlet is not credible. I'm just saying that straight from the horse's mouth is where you should be getting the information.
And not only that too, the foreign media, in this case the Trinidad media, may have not fully grasped the context of what is taking place in St. Lucia and what was really, the facts being presented. What you do is you take one and you counterbalance it against the other. But what I found is like there is a total reliance on what came out in one outlet in Trinidad as opposed to what was put out from multiple outlets, including, as you said, from the horse's mouth here in St. Lucia. But go ahead.
So that tells us, Shelton, that this is quite deliberate. And they want, I don't know why UWP think we are like them, They want to talk about GPH, secret deals.
I'll tell you why. Don't tell me you don't know. I'll tell you why. You are just coming from the high of a superbly, almost impeccably executed jazz festival. You understand? Where the feel good in the country is great. So you have to come out and find something that you hope will have a killjoy effect on the people who are coming off such a high with the jazz festival. And the whole killjoy thing is what I'm hearing. We could have gotten that for 30 million. That if you check the square footage, $1,000 per whatever, and you build it, we could have gotten it for 38 million. And they say it will come to 100 and something million. And another time we see in 165, and the final figure may end up being 300 or 400 or 500 million. All kind of speculative thing that is going on. I tell you, it is simply an attempt to put a killjoy wet blanket over what has been a rousing season of jazz and other successes. Go ahead. I'm sorry to be interrupting you, but I feel strongly about this. That's why I wasn't going to talk about it myself. But since you're here, I have to let my own views be felt about it. Go ahead.
Shelton, no, I appreciate what you're saying because I believe it complements what I am saying. It is clear that St. Lucian's just came up. I have a jazz go well already, Shelton. I had a good time. I was so happy to see. Let me tell you, caterers, they made their money. People were employed. Bartenders, a lot of young persons were employed during that period. That is the highlight. And I must commend the Ministry of Tourism and Events in Lucia. Prior to jazz, they had these little clips of, the benefits fee on the stage, people preparing for jazz, event suppliers telling you that, this is their biggest project for the year, so they have to now hire more persons. Shelton, these are things. This is the real ching-ching. And Honorable Philip J. Pierre is the one delivering. So that Debbie Downers and the unpatriotic persons will refuse to fact check with the local media, but go out. And you know what is so strange, Shelton, and it makes you laugh? It's not that you are asking the questions. They don't ask questions anymore. They just put out press release with lies and misinformation and disinformation. How can you say it was a secret ceremony and the media was not invited? I I mean, the media published it on the news outlets, so they clearly were not paying attention.
And not only that, had the cost figures that they banding about, and they have a problem with the bolt arrangement, and build own, lease and transfer, and we will be paying so much a month or a year for this. I said, look at the people, the diamond people, the diamond people who put so much money into something where they could have saved 60 million. You understand? They ended up, the whole thing, and now you have to pay for rental space from something that you essentially financed and overfinanced and so on from your own coffers. But now they come in about a bolter, and I'm saying, who will come and hide and lie to people on something that is so glaring, so upfront,
so public. But Shelton, we have to also be mindful of this. PM was very clear when he said it is expected to cost US 54. We do not manufacture a lot of these items in our country. We did not see COVID coming. We didn't see supply chain issues. We were not the cause of inflation globally. So that can help us understand that it could be a situation where the project can end up being less, or it may be a little more, things we may not have absolutely full control over. But what is being delivered on is a promise of swift justice, a promise of reducing the backlog of cases. We know that justice delayed is justice denied. People cannot be waiting for months and sometimes years for certain things to come through. It is high time we process these things. We have to pump the resources. We want to fight crime. We want our policemen and women to fight the cases and close the cases. We need to pump the resources in that.
Yes.
A one-stop shop with all these services will help the people of St. Lucia, will streamline a lot of things. What we know, Shelton, PM did say, is that an application has been made to the Development Control Authority. DCA has an application for demolition. The St. Lucia, the National Trust, was consulted. Unlike the opposition, they wake up one day and they decide, let me just bulldoze custody suits, putting a strain on the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. Prime Minister Philip J.P. does not operate that way. He always says, trust the science, he's evidence-based, he's research-based, he will do the necessaries because he's a policy maker. He's the one appropriating the funds. He's not the expert at the construction. He's not the expert at police operations, but he'll provide the necessary resources. So what we take comfort in is knowing that the SLP is putting certain measures in place to ensure that justice is served. And remember, one of the three messages, foundations on which the SLP was built is justice, bread, justice and freedom. So let's not be distracted, Shelton. We've given it a lot of air, and I think right now we need to go back to celebrating the people of St. Lucia and the booming economic activity that we have following the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator Lisa Jawari, Communications Director of the governing St. Lucia Labour Party. Bringing those things into focus for us. And before we go for the break, after which I'll open the phone lines. Folks, what makes noise about the fact that we will be sourcing materials or whatever from Trinidad? Trinidad, somebody come in and bellyache about that we will be getting material. Trinidad, the CARICOM, member state. Trinidad, the headquarters of our Caribbean Court of Justice. Trinidad that has been so helpful and so open-handed to so many other countries, including St. Lucia. You remember the time when Trinidad funded, it wasn't any free CARICOM development fund, it was Trinidad bilaterally funding reforms in our police force, paying the salaries of 10 ex-British cops that we brought here to beef up the resource capacity of our police force. Dr. Kenny Anthony was able to negotiate that for us. And Trinidad agreed to fund it for us. Broughton and all those people that they brought here, Broughton wasn't supposed to be commissioner. He was not supposed to even considered to be commissioner. It's because he was a white man. Another white fella decided that we can have a white fella here and we not make him commissioner. That was Trinidad paying for those British fellas and so on who came here. Created endless problems, in the police force, because that was not why Broughton was brought here. He was supposed to brought here to provide professional hand-holding through his experience and so on in policing and all of that kind of thing. Today we have people who were once ministers of government, who are opposition figures, come in and lash the government because they are speculating that based upon whatever the contract that suppose we can get the materials cheaper from Trinidad, suppose asphalt and premix and whatever, because of Trinidad's petroleum industry and pitch lake and all those things, that they can ship it and all and we can get it cheaper. We shouldn't take it from them. A CARICOM country, a signatory and partner to the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, a key player and participant and partner in the CARICOM single market and economy. You know, somebody coming and making noise about that. What Lisa mentioned about the National Trust being consulted and all about the halls of justice and the demolition of the old court buildings that will be required, it's also significant, you know, because this thing about bulldozing custody suites over the protest and advice and counsel of the National Trust. It was all part of the same period of absolute disdain and contempt for the National Trust. You know? Because it is this same disdain that led to the zero funding, taking away all funding from the National Trust. We don't seem to realize what a concerted push was made to destroy the National Trust. The National Trust, which has been a significant and integral part of the rubric, of the landscape, of the very lattice of the National Trust is integral to our St. Lucianness. Anybody who's trying to destroy the National Trust is trying to destroy our St. Lucianness. How can we have somebody who was holding the office of Prime Minister of St. Lucia directly attacking our St. Lucianness? What defines us as St. Lucians? That is why I tell you, this fella, he is nominally St. Lucian. It don't matter that he was born in Matnik. But this fella who is nominally St. Lucian, but this guy does not identify with us. This fella does not see himself as having any true nexus and bonding with us as a fellow St. Lucian. He only wants to play that part because it is convenient so that he can leverage and maneuver himself into ruling over us, into oppressing us, into making us backward and so on, into having his foot on our necks. What is most infuriating is that there are still people who believe in this fella and they want him back again. This fella does not identify with us. At every turn, this fella went out to attack our very St. Lucianness, our very sense of self, our very identity. This fella was mounting a hideous and brutal and spiteful attack on our St. Lucianness. We have to remember that. I never thought Lisa's call would fire me up the way I'm feeling fired up now. So better I go for the break to give myself time to take a sip and to cool down. And when I come back, to shut up and let you talk when I open the phone lines. This is The Real Issues.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real Issues, 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man, the
Around hello.
Shelton, good afternoon.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. Hey, what's up, my buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. You just stated that as a result of Lisa Joye's contribution, it has just fired up your bones. But I must say, as a result of your contribution there, it has just fired up my bones. You know, so it has caused a trickle effect, you know, for better choice of words, you know.
All right, boss. Yeah.
Shelton, you know one of the things that one of the main reasons why God had to send a deliverer to deliver the people of Israel from the hands of Pharaoh?
Tell me.
You know one of the main reasons?
Tell me.
Because of the people freedom. Because of the people liberty. So many times God had to be impressing on Pharaoh to let my people go. Let my people go. And when Pharaoh failed to do that, God had to send Moses. I want to equate Alan Chasney as that Pharaoh and Philip J. Pierre as our Moses. And our liberty, Sheldon, it was taken away from us. As a result, Christopher Hunt was arrested for traveling around his country. Shelton, the days were so dark that if you were found wearing a red shirt, as a matter of fact, a note was placed in the diary in the police station in January that anyone found wearing a red shirt had to be arrested. So Alan Chasney was that Pharaoh.
Can you imagine? This is a direct assault and violation of our constitutional rights, you know. You're being discriminated against, you're being victimized, you're being suppressed, you're being repressed just for your right to wear whatever color. Since when do we have color restriction in St. Lucia?
That's dark
you know?
days, you know. That's we tend to forget what.
But these are the people who everything they come and frame it in the context of constitutional rights. Your constitutional rights, they're not respecting the constitutional rights of St. Lucian. Constitutional rights. You subjecting a person to detention and arrest because of the color of what they're wearing in St. Lucia in the 21st century?
Emancipation Day. That was taken away from us, you know. There was nothing going on where we could identify with Emancipation Day, you know. Jazz was transformed into soleil, you know.
Yeah.
The average St. Lucian couldn't go and watch jazz, you know, Papa. That turned to soleil, you know.
Yeah.
Our beaches, Donkey Beach, Secret Beach, was taken away from us. I thank God for sending that deliverer, Philip Joseph Pierre, to give us back these things. And Sheldon, in close, now, Sheldon, I don't know if you know that guy, what is his name? Bowers?
I don't want to mention that name. That fella. That's one of the fellas.
Five people told me that he's using my charity to go to people or to attack people.
How
Feed the Poor Ministry.
How can he do that?
Feed the Poor Ministry need, and we did not employ no PRO. So I am quite capable, with my limited knowledge and education. I, Gaspar Henry, I am quite capable of championing the cause of Feed the Poor Ministry. So don't come and parade and try to attack any minister of government and make them try to look inefficient, you know, by using my organization. Samuel Bowers, you have no permission to speak on behalf of Feed the Poor Ministry.
Was he ever part of it? Was he ever affiliated with it?
Sheldon, I don't even know the gentleman.
No, but I mean, but how we can come and use Feed the Poor? I don't know.
I don't really stay on Facebook, so I don't really know what's taking on Facebook.
Listen, this is one of the fellas I reached the stage.
I have my identity. Everybody know who I am.
Yeah.
I am quite capable of speaking on behalf of Feed the Poor Ministry.
Yeah.
So I want no one to speak on Feed the Poor Ministry behalf.
Okay.
Have a good afternoon.
All right, yeah. Ça yon te moun na kwa di si mwen pa même tan noy. Jije wè noy vin ale lang mwen akwa di primaire pour moi. Book Bawel za. And I've forgotten about him, you know. And let's try to forget about him. We have another caller, do we? Yes. Okay. 724-7325. That's the number you can WhatsApp call us on. 758-724-7325 and 4533-911 our landline. We have someone on the line, I think. Hi. Good afternoon. Real Issues.
Yeah, good afternoon, Shelton.
Hey, what's up?
How are you? You hear me, right?
Yeah, hearing you loud and clear.
Okay. Shelton, this jazz festival was wonderful, right? I know jazz has passed, but it was a wonderful experience for a lot of people. And I think in time, people will get to understand what the National Trust is all about. And I tell you honestly, I saw the National Trust being grossly disrespected at that event. Because the park has its rules and regulations. Despite the event taking place there are rules and regulations governing the park. And these rules were not adhered to. And complaints and reports were made to the relevant persons in charge of the event. And nothing was being done about it. Imagine you having people making very fires in the park. People urinating black as white in the park. People smoking black as white in the park. And the area is so dry. You understand? You could smoke a cigarette, drop the ash on the ash without fire, that will catch on the glass. I can never tell what will happen.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
I feel that some measure of respect should have given to the fact.
Yeah. I just want to be real about this. That when it's music and they're vibing and enjoying themselves and swaying and dancing, as if to me to leave and to go to a thing, it kind of interrupts your vibe. And let's be realistic, at party time and this kind of thing, people more into the vibe of what they're enjoying. Anyway, we have a call on the line. Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues.
Good afternoon, Mr. Shelton, Senator Daniel.
Hey, what's happening, Deacon?
Oh, yeah, that's well. That's well, guys. Why put you about that? Why would you say that? You don't put you about.
They be on them come put the bomb. I got some. I do. I rejoice because myself. It will be well. It will be well with my soul.
My put a plus forward lah, but not to pay by Prime Minister. That's for sure. Not pay by paying.
All right, d'accord.
Sheldon, you mean to tell me after such a nice, wonderful, successful jazz? Say, Bugla decide you can a spoke a cycle will like you can be a PS conference.
Okay, at the conference.
You know,
a PS conference.
A PS conference. Because there is no substance in that. Yeah. There is no substance. There is nothing new in that. There is nothing.
All right.
You know, man. I mean, the fellas should have seen the way Nancy was jamming and cool it out and see herself. I mean, even Nancy. I mean, the fellas are learning nothing, Shelton. Yeah. You know what? We can't let these fellas derail the conversation. We need to keep talking.
So do you have any video of Nancy?
No, I don't have it. That's Yadi. Yadi have everything.
Yeah, because once you see you play that. Nancy got up suspended.
Yes, Shelton, I was listening to Garfield Oliver, Caribbean American News. And you know, to be honest with you, when this guy speaks, he speaks for Alan Chasney. Because you said leadership matters. These fellas are speaking the language of the United Workers' Party. And I think their talking points come from that.
Of course.
Solutions have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Because from the conversation that is trafficking on these platforms, Shelton, I could tell you they are taking their talking points from that. Because a lot of the things they are saying, I can read it, I can hear Garfield talking about it. Okay? Things like the jazz, we'll have to review that jazz festival, how it lives in Lucian's broke because they have so much spending to do. You know, why put the people through that? They talk a lot. Let me tell you something. People don't tell people what to do with their money. Okay? If jazz festival is there, people want to go and see it, let people go and do their jazz festival. Okay? And from what I'm seeing, so I say books are to là. C'est ça qu'a vie même bagarre au faire. You can do otherwise pour to it, but you vie là, you can faire même bagarre you can faire a couple years ago. And we have to be very careful. We cannot let these fellas change the conversation on us. We cannot let them derail us. Let's keep talking about the successful judge. How the vendors enjoyed making their money. Because I am speaking to vendors, even more vendors, telling me, Bernard, my partenaire assez, m'a fait assez bagay. Moi catch it wrong because my aime quoi just like l'année prochaine n'a pas ouais comme pour ça because just ça some can get bigger and bigger and bigger. People who support the United Workers Party are telling me how they're getting themselves ready because jazz look like it's getting bigger and bigger.
All right. Thank you very much.
So we got to not let these fellas. We have to talk about our success. Can't let these fellas come and derail us.
Okay.
Have a good one. Be blessed, my brother.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bernard. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. We continue taking your calls, and we still have some minutes to go. 724-7325. You can WhatsApp call us on that number, and also on 4533-911. Lots of messages. There someone says, I saw Nancy at jazz. Acting like a crazy woman. She wasn't crazy. She was enjoying herself. But you all need to play the videos of her from all different angles, including from the drone overhead. When Shasney see that, Nancy going to be expelled. They're making the people look good. Do all this good jazz festival and enjoying yourself like, you know, like you even lose it and so on. Play that, I tell you. Nancy will be on another side very soon. We have a call on the line. Hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, hi.
I don't know what happened. For some reason, I was thinking with you and I had without hearing his voice over the phone.
For what happened?
Like you were both on the line. So I heard everything you say on the line.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, go ahead.
I don't know why that happened.
Go ahead with your
I
contribution.
was saying about the trust. I've seen that people just discriminately, just urinating all over the place, throwing garbage all over the place when garbage bags and garbage receptacles were placed all around the area. And to see the amount of litter, you know, that was left back there.
Okay.
After every event. I've said like people don't, they think it's a place feel that there's something, not a national landmark.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay,
and I believe that people ought to respect this place more often than not. Because at the end of the day, when the jazz is over, it is still our national landmark.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand, and I think you understood what I was saying. Okay.
Yeah. So now on the other side of the coin, imagine you have missed several house debates or house sittings, and the only thing you can do best is to come and the press conference to talk a whole lot of baloney that makes no sense at all, and you think that it's gonna appease persons in this society when you have nothing to say. You talk about GPH when you are the one who negotiated with GPH.
Okay.
You are the one who started GPH in the first instance. And I keep hearing Guy Joseph saying, and it's SLP that bought the diamond. It's not the SLP that bought the diamond. It is the UWP under civil regime. They form a company called Amazon Properties. And they bought the diamond. So Guy Joseph, they play like as you forgot all that. Understand?
Okay.
And they're going to piss in people and call it rain. They do stop that nonsense. And Sheldon, one last thing. Since when people been arrested for a Bible?
Since when people what?
Huh?
Since when people what?
Since when people have been arrested for a Bible?
Who are you referring?
You have people named lodge. They have all kind of books.
Yeah.
All kind of secular books.
This is something I want to make the topic on tomorrow's program.
Yeah.
Let us discuss whether the state has a right to outlaw people's right and their freedom to be in whatever sort of religious or spiritual activity they want to be, whether we call it witchcraft or book of witchcraft, whether these things really should be outlawed by the state in a secular sense. Yeah, you know.
It has to be outlawed because there's no particular institution who has those books. Look, you have a TV ad. Some Indian fella, roughly. But I can't pronounce the name properly.
Yeah.
Always advertising on DBS.
Okay. Let me tell you, keep your powder dry for tomorrow, okay?
All right. No problem.
And we'll have a more in-depth discussion about that.
Okay, all right, cool.
All right then. 724-7325 and 4533-911. We have just less than 10 minutes to go. And a caller on the line. Good afternoon. Real issues. Okay, we lost that one,
Yes.
I think. Oh, yeah, no, we didn't lose that
Good
one.
afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you.
Yes, and how do you do?
I'm okay. How about you?
Oh, I just had Creole lunch, Sheldon.
Creole lunch. Okay, that's
The
good.
national dish of St. Lucia.
All right. How? Okay, and so that is green fig and saltfish, and what else you had with it?
Oh man, cucumber.
All right,
Peppers.
Okay. That's sounding perfect.
And yeah, and you know, this morning my breakfast wasn't all that good, so I had a bath. I don't drink in mug anymore. I drink in bath.
All right, that's why you don't miss St. Lucia so much as you should, because you have St. Lucia up there with you. You're doing all the St. Lucia.
I eat in bash.
Okay.
I have my bash to eat in. I have my bash to drink in. Not the same one. I don't have to wash them. I have many.
Okay. What is the bash? The calbas or kui?
That's right. Okay. There you are.
D'accord.
Yes. My contribution is I knew that jazz would have spiked the Flabo's high cholesterol, their pressure, and their gope well. But I am happy to hear a Flabo who was a vendor said she made money. Trust me, if it was labor that was in power, it was Flabo. They know all labor. Ils sont labor. She wouldn't have gotten one. I'm glad she got one. And I'm glad she made money. So then she can tell she may be one of those that might swing too. Okay. When you discriminate them, like you said, then you kick them. The wound never go away. But if you butter their feet, they might slide and get off balance and come to you. Okay. Let them talk. But it's one thing Christopher said that is so true, and I will never forget that. Anything Alan cannot buy, he steals. People, keep our eyes wide open. You know, I have learned when Richard said about we must not keep our eyes off the ballot boxes. You know, I practice myself that my eyes hardly ever blink.
Okay.
I practice myself like my eyes don't blink often. So trust me, it's working.
Okay.
People, don't get distracted and don't bother with the flabos. They know that the captain is nowhere to be found. He ain't coming back. Goodbye, Alan. And we need to make a t-shirt. Alan, get off up with Alan is gone and he can't come back on our back. That's it. Have a good day, Mr. Daniel.
All right, thank you. Likewise. All right,
Okay,
724-7325. You can WhatsApp call us on that, and you can also call us direct 4533-911. With regard to John Daniel, somebody sent me a message, which is a bit confusing to me. But we have a call on the line again. Hi, good afternoon. The Real Issues.
Good afternoon, Shelton.
How are you doing?
I'm very partly cloudy.
What's on your mind today?
Shelton, I am happy that these people are keeping their press conferences. It goes to show what's important to them and for them. It is not important to be in Parliament to represent the people of Micoud South or the 70,000 people Shasne say that voted for Flabo.
70,000?
Yes, that's what he said, not me that say. The man say over 70,000 people voted for Flabo. Now, don't question me about the man's statistics.
Okay.
Okay? I'm not going to discuss the opacity of it because that is what they say, right? The government is not being transparent. Hello? We're not discussing any negativity post-successful jazz. Jazz must remain in the conversation. Now, you see Alan Chapman, he must remain in the conversation too. But you see the negative things he discussed in there, trying to sway us from the fact that a lot of people felt the economic benefits significantly, right, from the Jazz Festival. We shall not be sidetracked. The only thing we want, Shelton, is for Alan Chasney and United Workers Party to keep Alan Chasney as political leader. A matter of fact, coalition, they should even make him political leader indefinitely. The longer he stays political leader, the safer St. Lucia is. Because we know he is bad for business, bad for politics, bad for St. Lucia, bad for us.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Okay. Have a good afternoon to you as well. Another call on the line, do we? Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues. Hello?
Yes, Shelton, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you.
You never get it. I'm hearing all this thing about the UWP had a problem with the Jazz Festival. When Alan Chasney was in power, was there any jazz in Bexton? Was there any jazz in Deriso? Was there any jazz in those places?
As a matter of fact, as far as I remember, Alan Chasney wanted to dismantle the Jazz Festival. He said it had gone beyond what it was intended for. It was not serving its purpose. All the different things he had. In addition to taking credit. For creating the Jazz Festival. But go ahead.
Why are those UW people so blind? They forget that they are St. Lucians, and as far as I'm hearing, Chasney did not do anything good for the people of St. Lucia when it comes to jazz. The jazz festivals will be held at hotels where if you have to go there, you have to pay how many hundreds of dollars to go. What is wrong with St. Lucian? Chasney was brought up with a golden spoon in his mouth. Chasney don't know what is poverty. St. Lucians have to remember that.
All right, okay. I agree
I
with you.
realize the time is getting there, so I have to get up the phone.
All right, thank you very much. No, but your point is well taken. I don't suppose it's a question that you ask expecting an answer. I believe it's a good rhetorical question to pose, and I think we get your point that is contained in the question. Well, Thank you very much.
Shasne don't care about solutions. That's it.
Yes. Thank you very much, my friend.
Yeah.
Someone sent the question, I want to know how many FADs, and I think FAD stands for fish aggregating devices, that Fede gave to ancillary canneries, and how much he spent out of his pocket. Because he said he gave and he paid for them. Okay, did he really? Fish aggregating devices? To me, that's not the same like a raft, like a river raft or something. Unless the river raft is also being used, you tie it out to sea and, it serves as a FAD, a fish aggregating device. So I won't really be able to answer that question, message writer. You seem to say you are waiting. Don't tell me it's me you're waiting on. Someone else said maybe all this money that Guy Joseph is quoting about what the halls of justice will cost, that perhaps the Trinidad media that he's quoting, that they themselves are quoting the cost in TT dollars. Because if the cost is expressed in St. Lucian and they convert it to TT, it's going to balloon to a lot of money in terms of strict dollars, because the TT dollar isn't anywhere close to the value of our St. Lucian money. Tomorrow we'll come back, and like I said, we'll talk about this whole thing about the Obia books and the De Lawrence books and the things that are outlawed. Should that really be so, in St. Lucia, in the context of a secular, pluralistic state and so on? Should the state be outlawing those things? Should that not be a function of people's personal morality and conscience, and the churches and what their church governance is if the person is a member of a religious organization? Should really the state, a secular constitution, be heading down that road to be arresting people and jailing people and trying people for, whether they believe in Ouija board and they have Ouija board and so on? That's a good discussion I think we can have tomorrow. We won't take extra time today, like my good friend and former co-worker, Garfield, Dr. Philgood Alexander. Good afternoon to you. Always used to tell me, don't give it all. You must always keep them wanting more. Haven't forgotten that, Doc. Wherever you are, greetings to you. So we'll do that tomorrow. I'm sure we'll want more of that, among other things that we can talk about. Until then, thanks to Jaquan, our technical operator, and to all of you for making the real issues what it is. Until we meet again, Shelton Daniel signing out.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
The winning numbers for the midday draw of Wednesday, 15th May 2024 were Double Daily Grand, 10, 12, 13, 20. Big 4, 8, 1, 8, 4. Big 4 Multi-X FP. Pick 2, 8, 9. Pick 2 Multi-X 2X. 1 off 6, 7, 2. Lucky 3, 7, 0, 7. Lucky 3 Multi-X 2X.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday